So comments about a bill that would protect historic monuments and memorials across Florida could put the measure in jeopardy. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle called the remarks made by supporters during a committee hearing earlier this week vile and bigoted. News 2 Jax reporter Aaron Farrar live for us this morning. Aaron, some were so upset during this meeting that they actually walked out.
There was a lot of anger during that meeting, and there were a lot of different fiery exchanges between some of the senators and some of the supporters of this proposed bill. But now we're getting a chance to hear from the Senate President. Kathleen Passidomo says several members of the committee were still upset, especially after the comments that were made from different supporters who said they wanted to protect white society and white supremacy. She says, quote, "There are problems with the bill. More than that, there are problems and perceptions among our caucus on all sides. So I'm going to take that into consideration. I'm not going to bring a bill to the floor that is so abhorrent to everybody." This is video you're seeing showing 3 empty chairs after 3 Democratic senators walked out of that Senate Community Affairs Committee meeting before a vote that ultimately passed in the committee. This is one of the more intense exchanges that happened.
This product of removal of statues that have historic significance, that are over 100 years old, is part of the culture war being waged against white society.
I do not believe people who support this policy share your perspective on supporting white culture or supporting the concept of the need to push white supremacy is what I heard. White culture, white supremacy. So I just want to clarify that was your intent in your public testimony today.
Yes, it was.
Well, that exchange was one of the reasons Senator Jennifer Bradley from Fleming Island said she was close to flipping her vote.
I'm going to be up on this bill, but I want the record to be perfectly clear. The comments that I heard today from several gentlemen, I'm looking right at you, were vile. They were bigoted. They were racist. They are what is tearing apart our state. They are what is driving a wedge between people. And you are the reason I am vacillating on whether or not to even vote yes, because it looks like I endorse your hatred. And I do not.
The proposed bill recommends penalizing local officials who remove historical monuments. It was filed by Florida Senator John Martin one day after this Confederate monument was taken down in Jacksonville's Springfield Park, a move orchestrated by Mayor Donna Deegan. At Tuesday's meeting, Martin said that the bill would be able to be applicable to all monuments and not just Confederate ones. According to that bill, possible penalties could be the local official being removed from office by the governor, restitution for the monument's restoration. The bill would also allow someone to sue if a monument was removed, damaged, or defaced anytime on or after October 1st, 2020. Also, another pretty interesting exchange that happened between another senator and a couple of other supporters of the proposed bill was the senator offering to pay to take any of the monuments that were taken down, especially the Confederate ones, and take them to those people's houses and put them on their property. So far, this bill has already got approval from 2 other committees, but however, at this point, there's no telling on what it's going to look like if it will be brought to the state Senate's floor for a final vote and what that would look like if it will be upheld in the state Senate either. We're live this morning in Springfield. I'm Aaron Farrar, Channel 4, the local station.